family, and the ambassador here is one of them. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
A country with a failed health service. The brutal dictator and his wife and his family, when they are sick, they come to the UK, go to St. Thomas Hospital and seek medical tourism. While Ugandans in Uganda are dying, they can't afford paracetamol.
No.
They can't afford even surgical gloves.
No.
The corruption is high.
Yes.
That when you go to any so-called working hospital in Uganda, if you happen to get one, they'll ask you to pay first for surgical gloves. They'll ask you to pay first to see the doctor. Once the brutal dictator, he comes to the UK and seeks medical tourism. St. Thomas is one of their hospitals. Just as Westminster is one of their hospitals. Their children go to Oxford because the education system in Uganda is dead. But the Minister for Education is the brutal dictator's wife. That is Uganda. The Minister for Finance is a cousin to the dictator.
Yes.
The Minister for Defense is the dictator's son. Uganda has been hijacked by these warlords. We are calling on the UK government to stop the training of the militias from Uganda.
Yes.
We are calling on the UK government to start the sponsoring, the financing, and the training of the so-called thugs from Uganda.
Yes.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Museveni must go.
Museveni must go.
Museveni must go.
Museveni must go.
Anita Mongu must resign.
Manita Mongi must resign.
Mpuga and the 4 other commissioners must face justice.
Mpuga and the commissioners must face
We
justice.
need justice in Uganda.
We need justice in
We cannot
Uganda.
get justice under this brutal dictator Museveni.
No justice.
Because he's corrupt and the whole system is corrupt.
Yes.
From the parliament to the president to the civil servant in Uganda, they are all embedded in corruption.
Yes.
The Speaker of Parliament, 3 weeks back, he was sanctioned by the UK government because he robbed $20 million from the Ugandan coffers.
Yes.
But the brutal dictator, what he said, don't judge him. He's a good speaker. That happened only in Uganda. If it was in the UK, you'd be in Belmarsh prison. But in Uganda, she was more promoted, given more powers to build more torture chambers, where Ugandans are being tortured to death. People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
If it was the UK, the Prime Minister would have resigned. But in Uganda, the dictator has got his cronies around him. And it goes on and on. And we are not going to give in. We are calling on the UK government to stop sending our money to Uganda. We are calling on the UK government to stop sending money to Africa. We know that money is being misused. The brutal dictators own mansions in Kensington. The brutal dictators from Africa, they are taking our tax money. Instead of them developing Africa, they are developing themselves by buying nations all over the world. The 18 cent to Uganda goes in good faith, but the brutal dictator doesn't allow that money to reach the ground in Uganda. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
That's why we are calling on the UK government to stop the funding, the promoting, and the supporting of Museveni, the dictator of Uganda. People power. Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Because when you get, like the so-called ambassador, the Banauganda family, they have looted our ancestors' land.
Yes.
In turn of coffee and sugar plantation.
Yes.
We don't want the Banauganda family in Uganda.
No.
Yay!
Family in Uganda.
Yay!
Listen, we want hospitals, we want schools, we want roads.
Yes.
We don't want military patrol cars.
Yes.
They are being bought by the ambassador to the UK.
Yes.
One family. They are embedded in corruption. They've sold this building where we are standing.
Yes.
Now we rent it as Uganda. They sold it for 700,000. For you people who don't know, this building you see, it was sold off by the brutal dictator of Uganda. And he bought Museveni was at work, but the mic is still on. This building you see, Museveni sold it for 700,000. The whole of this building was sold for 700,000. And Museveni, the brutal dictator, bought it himself through the Madivan family.
Corruption.
That is corruption of the highest level.
Yes.
Look at this building. 700,000 pounds it was sold for in Trafalgar Square here. And you know who bought it? The same brutal dictator through the Madivan family. They bought it back. So this building is being rented by the Uganda government and is owned by the Uganda dictator. Corruption at the highest level.
Yeah, exactly.
What is called corruption? That's why we are calling Museveni to be sanctioned by the International Criminal Court for the abuse of human rights in Uganda, for the raping and sodomizing Ugandans, for kidnapping and murdering Ugandans. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
It's this building sold for 700,000. The building cost over 50 million. Museveni bought it for 700. Through his agents, the Madivan family. People power.
Our power.
We are calling on the Speaker of Parliament in Uganda to resign because she was involved in a corruption scandal totaling $30 million US. That's why we are standing here. But the first corrupt, worst, brutal dictator is the dictator of Uganda, Museveni, 13.5 million rich. But in Uganda, Ugandans are suffering. Ugandans don't have schools. Ugandans don't go to church or to the university, and instead, their children come to Europe. Their children are educated in Oxford, Cambridge, while the Ugandans, those who are lucky, they study underneath the trees. When it rains, that's the end of the day. That is Uganda under the brutal dictator Museveni. People power.
Our power.
Our power. People power. It's only in Uganda where you find the brutal dictator building prisons instead of hospitals. It's only in Uganda where you see they are building prisons and hospitals. They are building hospitals down. This is where you find we don't have no working hospitals, no schools. But the brutal dictator of Uganda is the richest dictator in Africa. A man with 13.5 billion. That money is enough to develop the whole of Uganda. Ugandans are drinking water with animals. Ugandans, they are drinking water with animals. And this generation, because of corruption, because of the dictator Museveni, because of his thugs in power, because he has overstayed in power. 40 years is more than enough. 40 years of dictatorship in Uganda is beyond. We are calling for change in Uganda. The change has to come when the UK government stops supporting, financing, promoting the brutal dictator of Uganda. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
We are hoping that the new Labour government will stand on the side of Ugandans, not like the Conservatives. The Conservatives were made up of those so-called lords like Lord Puppet. He's in charge of corruption in Uganda. Lord Sentamu.
Yay!
In corruption in Uganda. Uganda.
Yay!
Not puppet. He's the
Yay!
representative of corruption.
Yes!
Then tell you, the so-called bishop
Fake.
involved in corruption.
Fake bishop!
Time from Mugabe.
Yes!
Hey, you never wear the white collar until Mugabe is gone.
Yay!
You were a business in Zimbabwe by that time.
Ha
He come to Uganda. Where he come from?
He never
He
took.
was in bed with the dictator.
Yes!
Never condemned him.
Yes!
Never condemned us. We are country for change. We
Yes!
want change in Uganda. Change is overdue in Uganda.
Yes!
The dictator must go.
Yes!
Museveni must go.
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 We are here because we want our country back.
Yay!
Don't blame those guys who are demonstrating. They want their country back.
Yes!
We Ugandans also want our country back.
Yes!
Don't call them racist.
Yes!
They're fighting for their rights.
Yes!
The same for us in Uganda. We
Yes!
are fighting for our rights in Uganda.
Yes!
We cannot get those rights
Yes!
until the UK government impose more sanctions against the brutal dictator Museveni. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Thank you.
Haya. Osabudde n'ekyuma nekyambuka. Nkubye. Omuzindaalo. Omuzindaalo gulo. Omuzindaalo.
People power.
Omuzindaalo gulo. Oh.
Can hear you. People power. Our power.
People power.
NUP.
NUP.
People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. We are here at the Ugandan High Commission. We are Ugandan UK professionals. We are here because we want our country Uganda back. And we are here to send a clear message to the British Uganda High Commission UK. Convey our message. Because we know you are also celebrating
abaana banweze meseji batandise
We
ogivula
are here to ask and request you to present our concerns to the UK government. One,
era
immediately.
wano abeera bwingi
Two, free all political prisoners. Promote democracy. Three, respect of the rule of law and human rights.
egandi bano adini ngo bwetaaga
We are here
tukyalina
because it's
bukufundafunda
our right. We want our Uganda back. We want our Uganda house back. Uganda house is being rented, has been sold off by the dictator Museveni. And this Uganda house was built by General Idi Amin.
The hero.
General Idi Amin was patriotic to Uganda. He was then blackmailed because he loved Uganda by dictator Museveni. Dictator Museveni, together with his corrupt friends, are exploiting Uganda, and they are exploiting Congo, they are exploiting East Africa, and they are violating our rights. We come and cross dangerous territories to come to the UK because of tyranny in the UK, because of genocide, because of abduction of political opponents. because of forced disappearance, because of rape, torture, arbitrary arrest, because of lack of democracy. We are here to raise our concern to the High Commission, Madam Madivani. We are saying that enough is enough. We want our country back. We join the British people who are demanding for their country back. Same, we are here to join them. And we join hands to challenge the government of the UK. Why are they in bed with dictatorship in Uganda? Why are they in bed with dictatorship in Africa? We are here to let the people know, the people of the UK know, that we stand with them in their ongoing protest. They want their country back, the same as us. We want our country back. Why? Because how come in the UK we have so many prime ministers that have been working with the dictator Museveni for all these many years, and yet the UK is one of the countries who are known for democracy, who are known for respect for human rights, who are known for the respect of the rule of law, and yet they are in bed with dictator Museveni, who is 40 years in power and being installed, and now he has made his son a torturer, a brutal military, General Muoz. Yeah? General Muoz is Museveni's son. He's made his son the commander of defense forces in Uganda. This commander of defense forces in Uganda is responsible for terrorism in the Congo. He's responsible for terrorism in Uganda. Museveni is NDF. Museveni is M23. And he works with the Madivani family to sanitize the dictatorship in Uganda. We are here to let the people of the UK know that enough is enough. We want our Uganda back. And we cannot stand and watch why Uganda is being sold off. We want our Uganda house back. This Uganda house is our money. And we want to stop it. We want to stop corruption. People power.
Power, power.
Our power. People power. The reason the UK is having so many issues in the migration is because of the constant environment of dictatorship in different countries. And we are here to let the UK citizens know that you need to challenge your government to get your country back by stopping immigrants from coming to the UK, by stopping funding dictatorship in those countries where the migrants are coming from. How come Uganda? How come Uganda has had so many, has had one night president for over 40 years, but our country in the UK has been able to enjoy democracy and change prime ministers. Yeah, we had Tony Blair as the prime minister versus Museveni. We had David Cameron as prime minister versus Museveni. We had Theresa May as prime minister versus Museveni. We had Nixon recently as prime minister versus Museveni. We had Boris Johnson as prime minister of the UK versus Museveni of Uganda. We have Liz Truss as prime minister of the UK versus General Museveni of Uganda. And all these prime ministers have been working hard to ensure they support the brutal military of Uganda, to deny the right to democracy, to deny the right to freedom of expression, to deny the democracy. Now in the rule of law. As you can see, the pictures all around. There is a big story about what's happening in Uganda. If you go on Google or on Twitter and just type Obunkenke, the people's president, it will tell you an insight of what is happening in Uganda. Obunkenke, the people's president, is our documentary, BAFTA our documentary, or BAFTA nominated documentary in the UK, and it is an Oscar our documentary all over in the USA. If you go and search Obunkenke, the people's president, it will tell you why we are here, and we are not stopping until we get what? Until we get justice. We want what we want. What we want. We want freedom. What we want. We want peace. What we want. We want to go back to Uganda. What we want. People power. Our power. NUP. Museveni is a terrorist. Museveni is a terrorist. Museveni must go.
Museveni must go.
You can stop funding Museveni.
You can stop funding Museveni.
We want our Uganda back.
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 We want to go back to Uganda where there is safety.
We want to go back to Uganda.
We want to go back in Uganda where the schools are good. We want to go back to Uganda where the hospitals are good. We want to go to Uganda where there is freedom of expression. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. Museveni must go. You can stop funding them. You can government stop funding Museveni. We are here also to stop the new government of the UK for considering our concerns recently and sanctioning Anita Monge for corruption. That is the UK government so far. We also urge you, the new government, on Mr. Starmer, for a good decision that they have done to stop all the vulnerable migrants from being sent to Rwanda, where there is dictatorship. We thank the UK government, the new UK government, for taking and listening and taking the right decision. But we also ask the new UK government to stop dealing with this dictatorship in Africa. That will stop the migrants from coming to the UK. And that's the only way this UK government of Starmer is going to succeed on the issue of immigration. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere,
Hello. We, the people you see behind me here, is a Ugandan community from all walks of life. We work different jobs. Some are doctors, some are engineers, some are the nurses, some are cleaners. But we all Ugandans have the right to go back to Uganda. The reason why we are here is the corruption in Uganda. The money the UK taxpayer gives to Uganda is all wrong by the African dictator Museveni, the dictator of Uganda. We We are here in sympathy that don't waste any more of your taxpayers' money to give to Uganda. That money goes to waste. You wasted 40 years of taxpayers' money, 800 million pounds every year goes to fund the dictator, not puppet, Sentamu. We are asking the UK government, stop funding Uganda, the Uganda dictator. I would like to thank my opposition leader and my true leader of Uganda, advocate, lawyer, solicitor, Bobby White. NUP, everywhere, everywhere. I thank my president, an advocate, a lawyer, a lawyer, a solicitor, that is Bob White, Robert Chamani Sentamu. He's an advocate, he's a lawyer, he's school, he's understanding. He is supposed to be the president of Uganda. Lawyer, advocate, Bob White, Sentamu Chamani. Thank you. Now I start with this. You've never seen such horrific things. The dictator in Uganda is 13 billion rich. Why? Because UK keeps funding this corruption. We are telling you, this dictator in Uganda has grown for 40 years, 800 million, which he brings back to UK. We are not asking you to give us this money. Stop funding him. We have the courage and resources to take him down. Please stop funding the dictator. He is the worst corrupt dictator on the planet. If you think Putin is a robber, a murderer, Museveni of Uganda is worse. This is a man who doesn't consider the dictator in Uganda that people get sick. He never builds hospitals. For the 40 years, he's never built a hospital. Yet, he's built full Chinese state prisons. This is a man who travels a motorcade of 80 cars, while Ugandans are very poor. This is a dictator who has a battalion around him all the time, and you keep funding all his expenses. The parliament in Uganda spends nearly $1 billion. Look at the corruption here. The parliament in Uganda, one of the poorest countries, spends over $1 million every day. The UK parliament doesn't spend that much. I've never seen such corruption at the grand scale. The best information is still giving the dictator of Uganda money. The dictator in Uganda has robbed everybody. You can't believe Uganda, small as it is and poor. We have 86 ministers. This is out of the dictator's patronage. The way he wants his opponents by making them ministers. And each minister is entitled to so much freedom that we spend nearly $1 million on each minister. Escorts, sirens, police. This is corruption. That's why we are here today. We are here to tell you, stop funding the corruption in Uganda. UK taxpayers' money goes to the wrong place. That money will be used on UK citizens better than sending it to Uganda. Stop going for tourism in Uganda. There's nothing to see. The dictator and the Chinese are killing everything. There's totally ivory. We are telling you the dictator is so corrupt. You can't believe this. We have to stop the corruption. Have to stop giving him the money. Once you cut off the vein, the money vein, we can take him down. We are very responsible people, and we know how to take down the dictator. Still for him, no money, the rest leave it to us. We've achieved so much in the last 3 years. We quitted the dictator. services. The same man keeps buying trucks for police and army. There is no medicine in hospital. The dictator keeps buying guns and bullets. There is no good school. The dictator keeps buying uniform for the army. The interns, the doctors are not paid. The dictator keeps raising wages for the army because the army keep him in power. There is no good schools. The dictator is not built any school. Yet, every 3 months, there is a graduation for army. Just think of it. How can you qualify as a medical doctor and get 20 pounds every month? That's the Ugandan dictator. The Ugandan dictator doesn't care about the civil service. Uganda is the only country where there is no emergency services. If fire catches your house, run to the nearest taxi and go. If you drown in the lake, don't think there will be anybody to get you out of the water. Uganda has ceased to have emergency services. No fire engines, no good policing, no ambulances, and the prisons are modern because it doesn't expect patience. It expects to put more people in prison. And what the Chinese have done, they have given it soft laws. And in the last 40 years, the dictator has built 4 big prisons. The dictator in Uganda has never built any road, no school, no hospital. Public service seized, but he's still in power with the guns you can give. He takes the army from Sandhurst here. That is the dictator we have. NUP, everywhere, Ggwanga Uganda, NUP, everywhere.